we might have to close the session. We might have to close the session a little early today. Okay, so you're able to see my screen, Razdan sir?
Yeah, yes, I am able to see it.
Okay, so we had to, I think, start from this line.
No, we have to start from second line, middle portion. Sadbhuti Starini Shraddha.
Okay, okay. Okay, you can begin, Razdan sir.
Sadbhuti Starini Shraddha Sadgati Satparayana Sindura Mandakini Ganga Yamuna Ch Saraswati Godavari Vipasha Ch Kaveri Ch Shathradha Sariyush Chandrabhaga Ch Koshki Gandaki Shuchi Narmada Karmanasha Ch Charmanvatit Devika Vetravati Vyatasta Ch Varda Narvahana Sati Patyavrata Sadhvi Suchukshu Kundavasini Ek Chakshu Sahasrakshi Sushonir Bagmalini Sena Shreni Patakacha Suvyuha Yuddhakankshini Patakini Dayaramba Vipanchimi Panchama Preya Para Parkala Kanta Trishaktir Mokshadayini Aindri Maheshwari Brahmi Kaumari Kulvasini Ichha Shakti
Bhagwati.
Ichha Bhagwati Shakti Kamadenu Kripavati Vajrayuddha Vajrahasta Chandi Chanda Parakrama Gauri Suvarna Varnacha Sithit Samhar Karini आगे चलाइए स्थित संहार कारिणी एका अनेका महेज्याच शत बाहुर महाभुजा भुजंगा भूषणा भूष्या षट्चक्र क्रमवासिनी षट्चक्र बेदिनी सत्यज्ञ बेदिनी शूरा कायस्था कायवर्जिता सुस्मिता सुमुखी श्यामा मूल प्रकृति ईश्वरी अज्जा च बहुवर्णा च पुरुषार्थ प्रवर्तिनी रक्ता नीला सिता श्यामा कृष्णा पीता च करबुरा क्षदा तृष्णा जरा वृद्धा बस these 2 pages पढ़ेंगे आज
okay Shekhar ji you can start
Sadbhutihi Bhu means the place of origin. So in the names for Lord Shiva, when we come across the word Shambhu, means the one who is the origin of all auspiciousness. Sham means auspiciousness. So Sham Bhavati Asmat Iti Shambhu. Similarly, when we say Shankaraha, one who causes auspiciousness. So Bhu means a place of origin. So Bhutihi is manifestation. Sat Bhutihi, one who has the Sat, the pure existence, which is responsible for the manifestation. In the sense, that is the Satta. For every other possible object that we experience in the world, if we remove the externalities, the sole reality of the object is its true nature of being, existence, Sat. So she is that Sat which manifests itself into all the objects. Sat Bhutihi. At the outer level, we can say one who causes the manifestation of all pleasant things or pleasant experiences in the world. Sadbhuti. Tarini. Tarini, one who is capable of helping us go across, is Tarini. So it is similar to the meaning of the name Nama Tara that we had come across earlier. Tarini comes from the same root Tritar, to swim. So Tarini, one who helps. So she's like that ferry or a boat, which is helpful for others who do not know how to go across to
They would use the boat.
cross the ocean, like the boat. Tarini. Shraddha. Shraddha is that quality which makes the divinity accessible. That is why in our dharma, when we speak about Shraddha, Shraddha is implicit faith. Whether there is a logical or reasoning to support it or not, immaterial of that. When a person places the faith, that is called a Shraddha. And it is said that the most important things for a person's moksha is Shraddha in Guru Vakya and Shastra. Without these two, one will always be countering himself with so many other possible explanations for the truth, and he will simply be tasting one front and moving on to the next without having been able to settle down at a one particular path or one particular sadhana marga. So Shraddha is absolutely essential, especially in the Tantra marga. So Shraddha, that implicit faith which makes the divinity accessible to the sadhaka. So, and she is the one who bestows this Shraddha upon the devotees. So she is Shraddha.
Sadgati.
Sadgatihi. Satam gatihi sadgatihi. That is one way of looking. One who is the final destination of all the noble beings. So she is the one who is sought after by all the wise men. Therefore, Sadgatihi. The other is that she is Sat because of her uh, nature of being the truth. Gatihi, she is the one to be sought. And this wisdom, this jnana, which is her true nature, is something that will be revealed only by her grace. In the Kathopanishad, it says, Yame Vaisha Vrinute Tena Labhyah. Tasyeva Atma Vrivrinute Tanunswa. The one whom the Supreme chooses to reveal, to him alone, the whole truth will be known. This is akin to something like the Shambhavopaya that we speak of in the Shiva Sutra and in our tradition, wherein, unlike the Anavopaya and the Shaktopaya, wherein the sadhaka has to put in the effort, in Shambhavopaya, it is the divine grace that automatically takes care of everything. So she is that Satgati, or she is that goal or the final destination which every sadhaka seeks. Satgati.
Satparayana.
Satparayana. Parayanam is the power to endure. Sat. So she is that strength which makes the sadhaka walk on the path of sadhana, facing all the challenges. And it is said in the Upanishads that the path of truth is like an asidhara. No, it says asidhara vratamiva. Asidhara is like walking on the edge of a sword. So there are people who do it. There are acrobats who are able to do it. But for them, that one-pointed focus is absolutely necessary when they walk over the, on the blade of the sword. Because if they lose that focus, they are going to cut their feet. So it is this path of truth or this path of sadhana is like the Asidhara Vrata. One has to really endure a lot in his life in order to overcome all the negativities, all the challenges, and yet remain in the path of the sadhana. She is that strength, Sat Parayana, the strength which enables the sadhaka to reach the ultimate destination. Sat Parayana.
Sindura Mandakini Ganga.
So from here, we come across the names of the
Rivers.
important rivers in Bharatavarsha. Now, why rivers are worshipped? Ecological reasons, yes, that is very easy to understand, because rivers are the source of water, and wherever there is water, there is life, there is progress, there is civilization, and everything else. Now, that is the external or the outer level of looking at it. But why worship? The word Nadi in Sanskrit is very interestingly derived from the dhatu nad, to make sound. The one way of looking at it, because it makes the gurgling sound of the water always, because it is a flow. Nadi is always flowing. It is not stagnant like a pond or a lake. So that rava, that sound that keeps arising because of the flow of water, she is called as Nadi. At the Adhyatma level, Nadi refers to the continuity of the cognitions. There is not a single moment when a cognition doesn't arise in our mind and subside, giving rise to the next cognition. So this cognition or this thought processes that arise is treated as the continuity of knowledge experience. In the Bauddha Darshana, they use the Nadi as an example, especially the Madhyamika Buddhists. They use the Nadi as an example to show that the Jiva or the person is not, there is nothing as an Atma, but it is continuous cognitions which in sequence appears like a single Atma. There is not a single Atma. So that is the concept of momentary flux that the Bauddha Darshana proposes. But there also they use the Nadi as an example for the arising and subsiding of the knowledge. Okay, coming here, that Nad, the sound, is not only physical sound. We have seen that we look at sound at 4 levels: the Vaikari, the Madhyama, the Pashyanti, and the ultimate, which is the Parasound. So this Nad, when it transcends the physical sound, or that which we are able to grasp through auditory perception, the subtle sounds, even in the Tantra and the Sadhana Marga, the subtle sound, the first subtle sound is called as a Nada. That is why in the realm of music, they call it as Nada Upasana. No, the Upasana of the Nada, the subtle sound. That Anahata Dhvani, when we close our ears and we are able to hear that internal sound, that is called as an Anahata Nada or Anahata Dhvani. So this Nada is the subtle sound which is leading to the higher states of knowledge. So the rivers always represent the continuity of knowledge or continuity of cognitive experience. That is why even the word Saraswati, which was actually a river in all the Vedic texts, when we personify her as the goddess of knowledge, the word Saras means water or the flowing water. So just like at the physical level, it is the river which is having the flowing water. But at the Adhyatma level, it is that continuity of the knowledge. And since knowledge is never stagnant, it is ever fresh. As Acharya Abhinavagupta uses the word, he says it is the pratibha and navanava unmesha. Like every moment it is fresh. So since it represents jnana at the highest, at the subtlemost level, the nadis are treated as devatas. So in this, not only this Sahasranama, many other Sahasranama also on Devi especially, the names of the rivers are mentioned. For example, in the Sahasranama of my Kuladevata, that is Manashankari, similarly we come across close to around 24, 25 names of nadis. And there are other Sahasranamas also where the names of rivers are enlisted as the expression of Devi Bhagavati herself. So we start with the first name, Sindhu. Sindhu, we all know, is an ancient term for referring to the current Indus River. Sindhu means ocean. Sindhu also means bliss. So she is the ocean of bliss. So at the physical level, she is the river Indus. At the Adhyatma level, she is the ocean of bliss. The next nama is Mandakini. Mandakini is a tributary of Ganga. So before we call her Ganga, at the I think Rudraprayaga at earlier stages, the Alakananda and Mandakini meet. The Mandakini is a tributary of river Ganga. Mandakini is so called because she is the representation of that slow and sweet experiences, and one who is resorted to by all the great sages. Sahib Kaul Maharaj in his Devi Nam Vilasa, he calls as Vrindaraka Vandita Mandakini. Mandakini is one who is worshipped by the Vrindaraka, by all the great souls, by all the Mahatmas and the Sadhus. So Mandakini, one because of her slow pace in the sense not the actually she is very, very gushing. Okay, here it means the one who, because of her serenity and her divinity, gives a kind of a sense of bliss or peace. Ganga. Ganga is gum, to go. So Ganga, one who is ever moving. She is the one who who removes sin even at the mere thought. We don't even have to go and touch the waters of Ma Ganga. The mere thought of Ganga, no, it says that Ganga Gangeti Yo Bruyam Yojananam Shataihi. Even from hundreds of yojanas, if we can just merely think of Ganga, she removes all the sins. So she is Ganga. And
Yamuna.
Yamuna. Okay. Amaya Damani Yamuna. Maharaj says this. One who quells or controls all the Amaya. Amaya means diseases. That is why in the most famous mantra which is Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Amaya means disease. Disease at physical level and at the mental level. If the disease is at the physical level, it is called as Vyadhi. If the disease is at the mental level, it is called as Adhi. Both Adhi and Vyadhi put together are called as Amaya. So Yamuna is one who cures us of all the Amaya. So Amaya Damani Yamuna. One who subdues all the pain.
Yamunacha Saraswati.
And from the Yoga Drishti, if Ganga represents the Ida Nadi, Yamuna represents the Pingala Nadi, and Saraswati represents the central Sushumna Nadi. So in the Yoga Shastra, this is the conceptualization of these three rivers. And the place where they meet are the different Granthis, the Rudra Granthi, the Vishnu Granthi, and the Brahma Granthi, which results in the three different Prayagas. There are three Prayagas which are considered to be most important. The last one being the Prayagaraja. and that Prayagaraja is equated with the Rudra Granthi. Okay. So Yamuna.
Saraswati.
Saraswati. Yes, Saraswati is the river Saraswati, whose course we are not sure today, but definitely did flow through the current Pakistan and entered India and merged in the Prayagraj somewhere. So there are archaeological evidences which clearly make out the course of river Saraswati. Otherwise, Saraswati is one who represents the Adya Vak, the Paravak, the primordial speech. Godavari. Godavari is, she is called as the Vriddha Ganga. Vriddha Ganga or Gautami also. She originates in the Trembakeshwar or Nasik and flows through Maharashtra and Andhra. Godavari, one who dispels Ajnana, is Godavari. One who Gobihi Jadatvam Apaharati iti Godavari. Jadatvam Apaharati. One who removes the Jadatva, the ignorance. She is Godavari.
Next is Vipasha.
Vipasha. Vipasha is the river Byas in Punjab. One who removes the pasha. One who removes the tie, the bonds which ties us to this worldly existence. That is pasha. One who removes pasha is Vipasha.
Kaveri.
Kaveri. So the Kaveri is the most famous river of the south. And Kaveri means one who is extremely charming. Charming in the sense because everyone desires in the end through all their actions only happiness or bliss. So she is that underlying bliss which everyone seeks for. So she is Kaveri.
Then it's Shattahrida. Kaveri Shattahrida.
Shatakhrada. Shatakhrada. Shatakhrada is Satluj, or also called as Shatadru. In the Veda Sukta, she is called as Shatadru. So Shatadru, one who removes 100 types of misfortune. So one who removes 100 is not representing any numeral here. It just represents multitude. So when we say I have told you 100 times, there 100 just means I've told you many times. So that multitude. So one who removes as many difficulties as a person faces, and this is because of her ultimate grace. So it is because of her grace that she is able to forgive. So Shatadru.
Then it's Sarayu.
Sarayu. Sarayu means serenity. No, a kind of what to say, unadulterated calm and peace. That is Sarayu. Actually, Sarayu means the smooth flow of breeze is called as Sarayu. So equating it to the river, just like that cool breeze gives us bliss and happiness, similarly, the river also is the bestower of bliss and happiness.
Sarayu flows in the क्या बोलते हैं जहाँ पर राम जी का
Ayodhya is on the banks of Sarayu.
Ayodhya के बैंक में Ayodhya is straight on the banks of Sarayu. Then it's Chandrabhaga.
Chandrabhaga, one who possesses the part of the Chandra. Okay, Chandra means in amongst the many other meanings of Chandra, Chandra also means excellence. So Chandrabhaga means one who possesses the excellence.
Chandrabhaga, Chandrabhaga is
Chandrabhaga is Chenab.
Chenab River. Yes, exactly.
Chenab. Actually, the word Chandrabhaga is used for many other rivers also in India, apart from Chenab. There is one Chandrabhaga in Maharashtra, on banks of which the famous Pandharpur is situated. The temple of Vithoba and Rakumai, Pandharpur. That river is also called as Chandrabhaga. And there is one Chandrabhaga in Andhra also. So I think this was quite some popular name which was used for the river, Chandrabhaga. And just like from the Soma, from the moon, the Amrita flows, the river of Chandrabhaga represents that eternal Amrita.
Kaushiki. Kaushiki, Gandaki.
Okay.
Shuchi.
Kaushiki. Regarding this Chandrabhaga, this is in that particular meaning that that is the flow of nectar that Sahib Gol Maharaj also says, Rasanuraga yata Chandrabhaga Yushman Mahabhagataya Yunakti. Just like the Chandra which gives that nectarine flow, may this Devi, that is Bhagavati, who bears the name Chandrabhaga, shower the grace in the form of the nectar, or nectar which is our own grace. Okay. Next is Kaushiki. Kaushiki meaning is the daughter of Kushika. Kushika Rishi's daughter is Kaushiki. Normally, Kaushika refers to Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was also called as Kaushika. So, daughter of Kaushika. So, there is a Puranic Vyakhyana wherein this river is the representation, or she is the daughter of Vishwamitra himself. Current location is in Bihar. Kaushiki is in Bihar. Koshi. Kaushiki is Koshi.
Koshi Nadi.
Koshi.
Gandaki.
Gandaki.
Gandak Nadi.
Gandaki is in Nepal, the Kali Gandak.
And
So, Gandaki very beautifully, Maharaj gives his meaning. He says, Vishnoho ekekavatarodaya. One who is the birth, or not birth, one who is the place of origin of each and every avatara of Vishnu. Now, very surprising how Gandaki can be the place of origin for each and every avatara of Vishnu. Explanation is simple, because it is from Gandaki the Shalagrama Shilas are taken. And Shalagrama Shilas are the ultimate representation of Lord Mahavishnu. If there is a Shalagrama Shila in someone's puja graha, there is no need for any avahana or anything, because there is a Nitya Vasa of Mahavishnu in Shalagrama Shila. And there are, from the text like Shalagrama Kosha and others, we come across that there are Shalagramas with specific physical characteristics which stands for each avatara. So there is a Matsya Shalagrama, there is a Kurma Shalagrama, Varaha Shalagrama. Narasimha Shalagrama will have an opening and just like a carotid teeth protruding out. We have a very similar structure. So like this, for each of the avatars, there are Shalagramas. So that is why Sahib Maharaj says the Vishnoho ekeka avatarodaya. So one, otherwise Vishnu's avatara took place in many places. But it is in Gandaki one can find Vishnu, all the avatars in one place. So Gandaki. Shuchihi. One who is ever pure. One who is ever, what is it? Shuchi. Shuch, pure. Okay, clean, pure, divine. I'm not sure which river it represents. So I am not very sure which river it is speaking of. The next nama is Narmada. Okay, we all know. Narmada is, it flows around Madhya Pradesh. Narmada.
Narmada flows to Madhya Pradesh. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Narmada is the daughter, she is considered as a daughter of Lord Shiva himself. So in the Narmada Ashtaka, very clearly it is highlighted that she is the daughter of Shiva himself. And it is said that geologically speaking, Narmada is older than Ganga. So Narmada, one who gives Narma means sport. So because she is the daughter of Shiva and she amused Shiva, Shiva called her as Narmada, the source of amusement, source of happiness. Next is Karmanasha. Karmanasha, one who grants freedom from the fruits of action. How can one be freed from the fruits of action? Because this practically goes against the. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you, Shekhar.
So, because normally the question is that the law of karma, you have to undergo the results of whatever actions that we have committed. So, when we say that the karma phala is getting destroyed, it may appear that it is going against the law of karma. And unlike the Abrahamic religions, we do not believe in absolving of sins by means of confessions or anything like that. So our concept of karmanashanam is something different. See, karma is because of the association or the mistaken notion of identifying oneself with the body and with the mind, which is the result of the Mayika Mala and the Anava Mala. So the Karmika Mala comes at the end. Because there is an Anava Mala and Mayika Mala is actually restraining. Anava Mala is giving an independent entity. Therefore, there is a karma. So the karma belongs to the person who has misidentified himself either with the Sharira or the Prana or any of the Puryashtakas if he has identified. Then the karma belongs to that entity. So when we say karma nasha, when the person realizes his true swarupa, true nature, then that earlier mistaken identity is lost or it is gone. So no longer will the karma which is performed or whose result are bound by the person who had mistaken identity can affect the person who has shifted his identity from what was not himself to his core essential nature of being Satchit and Ananda. So this is how the karma nasha takes place.
Is Karmanasha somewhere presently somewhere reverse somewhere in India?
Yes, yes, Mahara. It is in Bihar. Karmanasha is in Bihar. Next is Charmanvati is Chanab.
Charmanvati.
Charma means shield. So Charmanvati, she is like the shield which a warrior uses. So what is the shield that we as a sadhaka will use? The shield of jnana against ajnana. So Charmanvati is that shield which protects us from the duality, from the Dvaita and every other error that results in the as a result of this mistaken identity with the Dvaita Bhava. So Charmanvati. So she is that supreme jnana which protects us like a shield protecting a warrior. Charmanvati.
Devika.
Devika. Okay. Devika, div to shine. From the dhatu div to shine, Devika, one who is ever shining, ever glorious. Devika. Okay.
Devika
I think this is in Devika is in Jammu.
Yes, in Jammu, Udhampur. Devika river is in Udhampur. Yeah. Vetravati.
Vetravati is Betwa.
That's a Betwa Nadi.
Betwa. So Vetravati means one who holds Vetra. Vetra means a bamboo stick or a bamboo staff. So Vetravati, one who holds the bamboo staff. Normally, bamboo staff is an linga, is a characteristic mark of a sannyasi. So the sannyasis are supposed to hold the Vetradanda in their hand. Why Vetradanda? Just as normally when the sticks are used to drive away unwanted beings from oneself, the jnanis are supposed to hold that stick as a representation for their disassociation with the world and driving away all the unwanted inputs from the world. So Vetravati, in the current context, Bhagavati as Vetravati is one who will keep all the unwanted opinions and thoughts from the world from disturbing us. So she is Vetravati. So she acts like a barrier or a checkpoint.
Vitasta.
Vitasta.
Vitasta is Jhelum Nadi of Kashmir.
Yes. So with this, the Nama giving the names of river comes to an end. So I think it's a very carefully chosen list where it ends it with Vitastha. Vitastha is one who is the greatest benefactor. So one who gives all the best things, best possible blessings upon the sadhakas is what the meaning of Vitastha is. And when we take the Vitastha Mahatmya from texts like Vrigisha Samhita, there's a lot that we get to know about the Vitastha. I think just like the Ganga Dashara, there was Vrigisha Samhita also speaks of a festival held in honor of Vitastha. Probably Mahara can throw more light on that. It's somewhere in the month of the Bhadrapada.
Bhadrapad Trayadashi.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Bhadrapad Trayadashi. Okay. Vitastha. The next Ama is
Varada Narvahini.
Varada. Varam Dadati Varada. One who gives boon. That is one. Varam. Whatever is the best for the sadhaka, Tad Dadati. So it doesn't mean that whatever we ask, we will get. We will get what is best for us. So whatever is vara, whatever is best, that will be given to us. So we may not know whether something is good or not for us, but she will know ultimately. So she is Varada. Naravahana. Naravahana. One who is, one who has the Nara as her vehicle. Nara means a man, a person. So one who rides on man. In the sense, between Shiva Avastha and the Pashu, that is the Jiva, it is the Shakti who intervenes and ensures that the Pashu becomes or realizes his true potential as Shiva. So she is the one who pulls the the Pashu from his base level and makes him into Shiva. So this is one of the symbolic, or this is the symbolism behind the depiction of many devatas seated or standing upon corpses. Okay, so wherein we are able to see beyond the physical and the sukshma, that is the subtle body, and we are able to realize our true potential as the Parashiva himself. So Naravahana. Sati, one who is ever present and one who is always there. So we cannot think of Shiva without Shakti. Shakti and Shiva are two faces of the same. That is why in many places, even though in the Tattva enumeration, Shiva and Shakti are counted as two Tattvas, because we have to count tattvas 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when we count like that, then Shiva, Shakti, Sadashiva, Ishvara, Shuddha Vidya, it comes up to 36. But when the treatment of the tattvas is done, Shiva and Shakti are always treated as one. In Pratyabhijna Hridaya, in one of the sutra, Acharya Kshemaraja gives in different forms of manifestation of Chit. Sacha Ekaha, Dvirupaha, Trimayaha, Chaturatma, Sapta Panchaka Swabhava. That is the sutra, 9th or 8th sutra. I am right. So there, he is giving Saha Ekaha, he manifests as 1, he is there as 2, he is there as 3, he is there as 4. Then finally he says Sapta Panchaka Swabhava. Sapta 7, Panchaka 5. 7 into 5, 35. So then the question is, we always speak of 36 tattvas. Why do you speak of 35 tattvas? Then in the Vyakhyana he says, Shivadi. So Shivadi Bhumyanta Tattvani. Tattva starting from Shivadi till Bhumi. And when he gives the Vyakhyana there, he says, Shivahacha, Shivacha, Shivau. Shiva, Parashiva, Shiva, Shakti, both of them together. So Shiva and Shakti are always seen as one entity, named two because of the functional difference that we associate in the process of Srishti. So she is Sati, the eternal companion, one who is always present with Shiva.
Pativrata.
Pativrata. Hence she is Pativrata. Because she is always following in the sense she is always there with him. And for Shiva to know himself that he requires Shakti because she is the Vimarshana. Because without the Vimarshana, the Prakasha will not know that it is the Prakasha. So she is that Vimarshana. So she is the Pativrata. Sadhvi. Sadhu. So the feminine form of Sadhu is Sadhvi.
Sadhvi.
So one who is the most noble or most virtuous. She is
Right.
Sadhvi.
Sachakshu. Suchakshu.
Suchakshuhu. One who has the most beautiful eye. The function of eye is to help us see. Darshana. When we say Suchakshuhu, she is that eye which helps us see things clearly. So definitely is not referring to the physical eye. Yeah, if we say Suchakshu, Devi has very beautiful symmetrical eyes at the physical level. But Suchakshu here is one who sees everything as it is. The problem with our vision and the vision of Devata is that our vision is we are seeing what our mind is asking us to see and interpret. So that is why when the same object is observed by 3 people or 4 people or as many people, it is not understood the same way. I may see this and I may look at it very differently from the other person. For example, if there is a shop wherein products are arranged, if a thief looks at the shop, what he will see is where are they arranged and how we will be able to steal things from there. If the same shop is seen, let's say if it's a fruit shop, if it is seen by a dietitian or a doctor, he will look at the objects from a very different perspective. From the nutrition point of view, he will look at it. So we are not looking at objects as they are. We are looking at objects as we are dictated by our preconceived notions and mind. So Devata's vision is something different. She sees as things as they are. So the eye of knowledge, the Jnana Chakshu, the third eye. Suchakshu.
Kundavasini.
Sorry. Kundavasini. Kunda normally also refers to any pit or a hole. We have already seen the word Kunda referring to the Mooladhara. So here, to give the difference between the the previous Nama and this Nama, Maharaj gives the explanation as one who is as a Kundalini when she travels up from the Mooladhara to the Sahasrara. She has to cross the three Granthis, the Brahma Granthi, the Vishnu Granthi, and the Rudra Granthi. And these three Granthis are treated by Maharaj as the three Kundas, three holes through which the Kundalini passes through. He says, Ya Agnindu Surya Kundeshu Vasanti Api Satam Hridi Somatva Shantim Kurute Kachitsa Kundavasini. So she is that who penetrates through the Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, and the Rudra Granthi, the Kundavasini. Ekachakshuhu, Ekachakshu, one who has only one eye. In the sense, before the manifestation, there is only one state of existence. So she is that state of existence before the manifestation. The very next Nama is Sahasrakshi.
Sahasrakshi.
One who has 1,000 eyes. So, even though she is one, she has the infinite potential to manifest as many as possible because of the Swatantriya and the Ichcha which is there. So, that potential to manifest into many is represented by the word Sahasrakshi, thousands of eyes. So, there is a possibility to look at it 1,000 ways. So, Ekachakshuhu, Sahasrakshi. Sushronihi. Shroni is that lower region of the body by which balances when we sit down. Okay, the hip and the region below the hip. So Sushroni. So just as we when we are seated, the region supports the body. Similarly, she is the Adhara of the whole world, the whole cosmos. So she is Sushroni. Bhagamalini. Bhaga represents 6 kinds of the divine excellences or divine qualities which the Devata possesses, like Aishwarya, Virya, Teja, and other. So one who is the storehouse of all divine qualities. She is Bhagamalini. And from the other thing, Bhagamalini is one of the 16 Nitya Devatas. So we have already come across Kameshwari, Nitya Klina. So Bhagamalini is another Nitya Devata in the list of the 16 Devatas. Mara, with this we will stop today.
Yes, we'll stop it today here. Okay, we'll end the session a little early today, as I had mentioned in the beginning. So so I think due to Navratri celebration, we might not be having any session next week, next Saturday. So we will meet a week after that.
Right.
Yeah?
That's fine. No, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
शुभ नवरात्रि को
नवरात्रि की शुभकामनाएं सबको
मेरी तरफ से नवरात्रि की शुभकामनाएं सब माँ भगवती सबको सुखी रखे नमस्कार जी
थैंक यू एवरीवन
नमस्कार
Thank you. Namaskar.